What's going on, people? Jay the Black here, back with another video. I know some of you, or most of you, may not be watchers of wrestling, especially recently. I mean, WWE has not been the most watchable thing recently. But I have kept up with wrestling. I've kept up with New Japan, which I'm a fan of, ROH, which actually comes on network television, and this All Elite Wrestling. I've been keeping up on a lot of that different stuff. And also WWE too, but you know, I catch a show. I catch Raw or SmackDown here and there. I much more prefer SmackDown than Raw. I mean, I've always been a fan of SmackDown, you know, for years. SmackDown, for some reason, has always been a better, even with the particular brand split, has always been a better watchable show to me. But be that as it may, Corey Graves, he is a commentator. He has become very popular because of his commentating. You know, he has built a fan base. He is the most reliable commentator. You know, he started in NXT, which is also NXT is probably my favorite thing on WWE, the WWE Network. That's one of the reasons why I've had the WWE Network. You know, it's because of NXT. NXT is probably the best wrestling that WWE has right now. You know. Some of you may disagree, but it is what it is. He went from being a wrestler, actually, to being a commentator in NXT. Then he moved up to Raw. Now he's basically doing Raw, SmackDown, you know, the pay-per-views, this, that, and third. Well, he's gotten himself into some very, very hot water because his wife, okay, and the mother of his 3 children has come out and fully blasted this guy into oblivion, okay? And she posted screenshots all over her Instagram, basically saying that he's been sleeping around with Carmella. You know who Carmella is? She is on WWE. She's actually a part of SmackDown. She was Raw. She was not Raw. She was SmackDown's Women's Champion. She went from being blonde to being brunette. She is basically the female sidekick to R-Truth. And, you know, Carmella is very attractive, man. I mean, I think the brunette hairdo it fits her more than the blonde does. Anyway, he's been messing around with her, and his wife has had enough. Okay. Now, this is what his wife said in one of the posts that she posted. "This may be totally below me to do, but I'm hurt. I'm sad. I've put 11 years into supporting a man to accomplish his dream only for him to punch me in the gut. I've been through suicide attempts, alcoholism, among so much more with him, and stuck by his side. The kicker is finding out that he's been sleeping with one of my daughter's role models along with Carmella, all along. Carmella and Corey Graves, I hope you guys are happy. I really do." Corey. And then she posted the screenshot of her conversation with him. Okay, she posts, let me see, one of the screenshots said, "I'm dead. I'm at home in my room. I have all of the food. I just kind of want to disappear forever. Legit, I can't do any better than what I've got. I think this is it for me. I can't top it, what I've got. So why try? I just want to fade away. Give them whatever they need. I've come to terms recently that I need to shut it all down. All of it. I'm going to sleep. Maybe I'll wake up. Maybe I won't. I don't want to wake up anymore." This is let's see. This is very interesting that this stuff will be posted. Corey Graves literally is texting her, feeling, you know, with a basically, I don't know if he's trying to tug on her heartstrings, because she replied, "You're an awful human being. I hope you're proud. Don't text me anymore. I'm at work balling out my eyes because the man I loved and supported proved to be whatever I wanted to believe, what I never wanted to believe." And he says that they're going to sue her because she posted the fact that he's sleeping around with Carmella. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Corey Graves, but I do like his commentating style. You know, he can come off like a bit of an a-hole, you know, but that's his job. His job as a commentator to be that. Now, in real life, it seems like him and his wife both have issues. They both have psychological issues. Okay? And what it seems to me to be is that she felt like she was with him when he was going through a rough patch in his life, you know, right around the time his, wrestling career was winding down. He was able to get a job commentating on NXT, and he was able to still take care of his family and keep his family together. And she felt like through all the struggles that they've had, through alcoholism, through suicidal thoughts, or maybe even attempts, she felt like she has always been there for him. And for him to do that, she believes that the only way for her to cleanse her spirit is to put this guy on blast. You know, the thing is with a lot of women is that to them, they can't just leave you. They have to thoroughly embarrass you. I'm not saying that she's wrong for this. But what I'm saying is this. If you feel like the guy that you are with, okay, is no longer suitable for you to be with, he's not the guy you thought he was, you can just leave that situation. Why put all of this on blast? This guy still has to provide for your children. Did you think about that? Do you mean to tell me that you've been faithful to this guy the whole time? And I'm not blaming her for anything. Listen, this guy, he did this to himself. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this. I'm pretty sure she has done things and made mistakes. Would she want him to put her on blast? That's all I'm saying. You have to think long term, because the WWE are not going to take too kindly of, especially if they didn't know about it, this guy sleeping with Carmella, you know, and they're working together. The WWE is very strict on that. I mean, I will say this though, they've let Bray Wyatt and the female announcer on Raw, I can't think of her name right now, JoJo. Bray Wyatt and JoJo started dating right around the time he was still married. He was still with his wife, and his wife ended up leaving him. I did a video on that. And what was very interesting about that is that WWE ended up moving Bray Wyatt from SmackDown to Raw, where JoJo was working as was working. So, but we all seen how that situation, they basically jobbed Bray Wyatt out. So, maybe that was their way of saying, hey, you can be with all you want to, we're going to job you the fuck out. But anyway, that situation interesting. But in this situation with Carmella is kind of known for smashing talent. I mean, there's rumors that she was smashing John Cena, and that caused a rift between him and Nikki Bella. Allegedly, Carmella's getting around. She was dating Big Cass when he was in the WWE. Ain't no telling who else she's smashing. Executives, because we have to look at it this way. Why would you put the belt on Carmella out of all the people you could have put the belt on? You put the belt on her? Now maybe she has a certain charisma that they like at that particular moment, but at the time it didn't make sense. But if you see the fact that she's messing around with Corey Graves, imagine who else she's messing around with. She's basically a backstage thought. She's a backstage thought who's probably sleep with a bunch of these different dudes, man. And what was very interesting is that her ex, Big Cass, and Corey Graves had an exchange live on the show that was kind of odd, because it was during the storyline between him and Enzo before they broke up, and they had like this, back and forth, or Big Cass got in his face and sort of, but that was all storyline. But maybe it makes sense, maybe it makes sense that something was going on, because the WWE always puts out subliminal messaging about their talent, in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Putting Bray Wyatt on Raw with JoJo, and just certain other things that they have done. And also JoJo has dated a couple wrestlers. She dated Randy Orton allegedly. You know, there's a lot of swapping that goes on backstage. I truly believe those guys are around each other a lot. A lot of stuff probably goes on that we don't see. But I truly believe that this woman is hurt so badly by this, because now I don't know how she found out, but Corey to me don't seem very bothered by this. Like, he really don't. He's basically tried to play on the heartstrings a bit, but when that didn't work, you know, he's laughing, asking her, is she drunk? Saying the WWE is gonna sue her. You know, maybe Corey doesn't have to, maybe people know what's going on behind the scenes. And maybe he feels like his job is so secure that this is gonna be a blip on the radar. And with AEW and the fact that WWE can't afford to let nobody go right now, they're gonna brush this under the rug, just like with the Jimmy Uso thing. WWE, you're not slick, okay? And like I said before, Carmella's probably getting smashed by a lot of different talent behind the scenes.